Wait, what is his goddamn change? I forgot. I forgot what he gets what, like, level what. Okay, his first change he gets 500% modifier. He gains 10% skill damage cap on Ogi. Maximum is 30%. And he activates his first skill. That's his first change. His second change is at level 90, right? Where's level 90? Oh. Level 90 is this. Grazia Phantasma. When Romeo's Deluge Crest is 2 or more damage immunity for 1 hit. Consumes 2 damage crest. Deluge Crest. Damage Crest? Deluge Crest when hit. Restores 1 spirit each turn. Okay. Then the next one is level 95. Wait, why is there 2? Oh. There's a normal and amplified mode. Okay, so that's his level 100 one. Okay. Wait, so what's the difference between the normal and amplified one? Okay, so the normal one for his first skill is damage further increased to 500%. Also inflicts 5% and 5% attack and defend down. Stackable. Maximum is 30%. Also gain Deluge Crest. He's okay, so his level 100 is now Blue at level 100. Amplified. Upgraded to Amplified Solaire. While Amplified Solaire is in effect, 100% boost to double attack rate. So he's always gonna get double attack. 20% boost to triple attack. 20% boost to bonus water damage effect, so that's Echo. And 300% water damage to all foes upon normal attacks. Damage cap is around 320k. Okay. Then what's the difference between the thing? Amplified mode. The first skill is still it's still the same. Okay, so the first and second skill is exactly the same then. The only difference is the third skill when you're amplified mode. So the third skill, if you're in amplified mode and you press it again, it ends amplified mode and restores 5 spirit. Cooldown is 10 turns. So he consumes 1 spirit upon normal attacks. Yeah, 1 auto. Each auto consumes 1. And then he also consumes every time he uses his second skill. Right? And first skill. So that means if you Ogi, you also take 1 spirit. Right? Not 2 spirits, right? Because it's considered as a Ogi thing. Because it says that you'll consume 1 spirit when you do normal attacks, right? Normal attacks is like non-Ogi. So that should not be considered. So basically every turn he'll always consume 1 spirit. If you press the skill, he consumes 1 spirit as well. First and second skill, each individual costs 1 spirit if you want to make it stronger. What's the point of turning off his third skill then? Just so he can gain 5 spirit? But doesn't he still gain like 5 spirit every 5 turns though, right? Isn't it better to just leave it on all the time? I mean, it doesn't say that when you leave these on, it takes an extra spirit or whatever. Unless I'm reading it wrongly. I don't think it says anything like that though. Yeah, the prior to the level 100 one, it just ends cooldown for all the other skills. It doesn't say that it consumes anything when you have it amplified. But yeah, I can see why he's very mediocre though. It's only good for OTK though. But level 100 character for OTK that requires you to press buttons. Before I actually test him in normal generic setup, I want to know if actually he does more damage than my Yoda or not. 4.8 mil, almost 4.9, okay. Let's see what Romeo does. Because I'm fairly certain he should do more damage though. But I remember I was testing it on the Shiva thing, but for some reason I'm actually getting more honors with Yoda instead of him. But then again, this is not debuffed. So the difference between then and me testing it on Shiva is that Shiva is usually debuffed when I was doing it last week. That's actually lower. Yeah, it's actually lower. He's actually doing it lower. Level 100 character, by the way, still losing to, I don't know. Okay, let's see. What's the difference between him and Yoda? Let me check. He has stamina. Stamina is pretty good for raw damage, yeah. Loss of attack, yep. I got him to awaken level 6. Level 7 doesn't really make much difference because that only adds HP. Okay, so the only difference that Yoda has this. Is that really what's making him hit harder than Romeo? Plus this is only awakening 4. This is skill Ogi damage only, it's not really cap or whatever. The cap is already inside here. I maxed out his Ogi damage like crazy, so he has really good raw damage. Okay, you know what? Just to make it on a even level plane, I'm gonna buff now. I'm gonna refresh this time though, because I don't really need to do that. Okay, let's see. So he hits 5 million now. That can't be right. He should be hitting harder though. He has higher cap, man! He has like what, 500% modifier and shit? Like what? If anyone's wondering, I usually do this in the Shiva stuff as well. If I have enough time, I will press S1 on MC as well and attack. If not, I'll just press fish and attack. That was how I was farming Shiva last week. He still hits harder, man! Yoda is still stronger, dude. What? Okay, before anyone's wondering, hey, people probably in the comments go like, "Hey, you're supposed to press his third skill." Like, you're supposed. Yeah, dude. Here's the thing. He looks like a fucking OTK character, alright? I know. He looks like an OTK character, but for me, OTK characters are better off pressing lesser buttons. Those are the real ideal OTK characters. From what I can see, Yoda is much better. And you know what's the best part? He's only level 80. And he has much more raw damage nodes than Romeo. If you realize that. You see this Ogi damage thing? He even has one auto attack here. And it's one damage cap. Compared to the likes of Romeo, right? Romeo has what, stamina, water attack only, right? And a couple of crit or something. Yeah. Stamina, water attack, crit, that's it. And that. And if you ask me, water for OTK is just better off just for Ogi damage and shit. So it's like, yeah, you kind of want to use him for more generic stuff rather than just purely focus on OTK, right? And then you want to use him for OTK, is like you have to push him to level 100. Just so he can use his third skill. Okay. Okay, so now we have to press his third skill, right? So how much difference would that be? Is it worth an extra button? Without the help of MC, of course. How much was it before? 4.6, right? Or something. Or 4.7. So he has extra 1 mil damage. But he needs to press a button. So in order for him to get 1 million extra damage, he needs to press one button. He gets that extra damage from his third skill, right? Isn't it? Because he has one extra nuke on his third skill when you have it up. And then he also casts, because he's on Ogi, he casts his shit. His S1 whatever. From what I can see, the only way to make him stronger than Yoda right now, he needs to roll skill damage cap. Then very likely he can be stronger than Yoda, right? If not, he's still gonna lose to Yoda a little bit. A little bit. But yeah, it's totally understandable that he can hit really hard, but like, you need to press buttons though. And pressing buttons makes things slower if you want to OTK shit, right? You know, like for Blue Chest, for Guild War, you know, all that shit. Alright, let's watch this. Oh, and see each individual nuke does how much. Oh, so it was pretty fast though. So his extra nuke is 2 mil. His nuke itself is 2 mil. Interesting. He does 6.1 mil with MC's buff. So he almost hits as hard as MC when MC double nukes. I mean double Ogies, not double nuke. I mean yeah, still good. But you end of the day, you still didn't press an extra button. Well, Yoda doesn't need to, and it still hits fucking hard. And look at Vampy, right? see, look at the difference. You want an OTK character, right? Vampy doesn't require any buttons to press, and she still hits so damn hard anyway. Right? See, no buttons, right? She still hits 5.2 mil, man. 0 buttons. Like, isn't it like a lot better to just get her anyway? Like, I mean, yeah, Yoda is to be given, right? You probably subticks him early or some shit to make your life easier or some shit. I don't know. But like, so he does extra 500k damage when he needs to press one button and get himself to level 100. Because that buff of his, that skill level 3 of his, needs to be level 100 in order for you to get it. That's his requirement. While Vampy is like, nope, just get her to level 18, bam, done. So end of the day, OTK wise, if you want to compare Romeo with other characters, probably not a good idea. Unless you really want to press some buttons, yes. Then yeah, I can kind of understand that a little bit, right? Alright. Wait, I forgot to change. Never mind, I can fully debuff anyway. Still a lot of HP, yeah. That's a lot of HP. What does this do again? Oh. Huh. What? Oh. Yeah, just buff him, fuck it. Wow. He does so much autos, auto echoes. It feels so wasted on him. It's so wasted on him though. Yep. Crit stuff. Fuck it, I'll just give it to him. Yeah, that's nice, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's pretty cool if you can actually do that, but like so much effort for that though. It's like it feels so doing that kind of shit to him, it feels very wasted. You know? That's why I feel like Romeo's full limit break is so mediocre. You know, compared to the likes of other recent full limit break characters, right? At least you can kind of see their significant changes that make them a whole lot better. You know? Take Sora, for example. That kind of upgrade is pretty damn nuts. You know? Like, because Sora is just like last month, right? So obviously I have to compare with him. So like, if you compare between Romeo and Sora is like fucking 10 times better than Romeo, man. Like, in terms of like, the upgrade that he gets at full limit break, it's so significant that it makes sense. It's like, yeah, Romeo gets an upgrade, true, yes, but he still feels very like, you can live without him, you know? At least, because like for the likes of, you know, if you're using, you know, because nowadays everyone's using the full auto shit, right? You know, you go full auto, you go lumberjack, or you go monk, or all that shit, right? You can see that applying so well if you're using like the likes of Saurus. You can see you can actually use Saurus instead of like some other, you know, the usual Earth characters you tend to see, right? Like all the Christmas Naru, all that bullshit. So you see, it makes he has some sort of difference there. And then you look at Romeo, right? Whatever Romeo is doing right now, there are other characters that you can probably make do as well. You can just kind of ignore him. You know what's the better character to use? Wayne. He's another level 100 character. Use that guy instead. That guy's like way better anyway. He hits so fucking hard. He counters so much. He auto nukes. He heals himself. He helps you. He subs. He do all subs. Yeah, he does everything. The other thing you're also comparing, right, is the likes of Romeo only has normal sub, by the way. He only has normal sub. This guy has fucking all ally sub, man. And here's the thing. He technically has permanent gem as well too, because this thing lasts for 8 turns. And then if you're using the new Europa Fist, it'll probably make it a lot better for him when he doesn't even have this thing up. You know? Even if you do not have this thing up, you can actually kind of make use of Europa Fist in a way. But like, if you have this up, he doesn't even need anything. He doesn't need stamina, he doesn't need MET, he's still gonna hit like a fucking god. That's like the big difference between him and Romeo. While like, I would honestly even say like the likes of Romeo is also very, very clunky, because him relying on the likes of having spirits and shit just to do stuff, you know, like this thing. Because the only way for him to gain back his spirits is either you wait for 5 turns or you disable this. But if you disable this, he's weak as fuck, and then he cannot reapply that again for the next 10 turns, because he has like a 10 turn cooldown, right? So that's why I find Romeo is like so mediocre. Like, I did already kind of like put him in my new list already. I think I updated my tier list already. Put him here because technically by himself he's a lot easier to use and stuff compared to the likes of, you know, the likes of this one, Sturm and the rest. So it makes more sense. But yeah, Romeo is fucking weak though. He's still pretty weak compared to the likes of Vayne. Vayne does way more. He hits so much harder, he helps so much more, especially if like super insane raids, right? You know, like, well, the only endgame we have is like Fa or Babu, whatever. Wayne does way better in those situations compared to the likes of, you know, Romeo. And they're almost, you know, they have like very similar. I would even consider they have very similar type of what's that? Play style as well, because they have a lot of nukes. Not only they have a lot of nukes, they have a self buff that makes them super strong, more or less. You know, that kind of shit. The only thing that he's lacking is obviously the life of Deluge Crest, but fuck, why does Vayne actually needs that? You know what's funny? I actually find it like this turned out to be what's that? A Vayne showcase instead of Romeo. But yeah, Romeo, not Vayne. Romeo is a very mediocre character. He's probably something that you can probably forget about in the next few days. And not to mention, I'm already like super late on like checking him out because I just literally got him to level 100 yesterday. So yeah, there's really no point to use him. And I've already mentioned it earlier part of the video. You probably have seen it as well, where I was showing what if you want to use him for OTK, it's just better off just not using him for OTK. Because if you really want to use for OTK, it's just better off just, like I said, just better off using the likes of Vampy or the likes of Yoda. Because you know, getting to level 100 can be relatively annoying for some players, even though they can be like already mid-game, let alone early game players. Those ones are gonna be fucking annoying to do. So getting the character to level 100 is one problem already, and then you see the likes of Vampy and the likes of Yoda is like, just get them to level 80, bam, done. they're already at that point. Oops, they're already at that point, and they can hit super hard. You don't even need to do anything. So he can be pretty much forgotten quite easily. But honestly, I do not know why the likes of Romeo is actually weaker than my Yoda though. It's funny that Yoda is actually stronger than Romeo. If I don't press any button. If I press Romeo's S3, then obviously it's much stronger. But if you put in a situation that you want to press lesser buttons to do more damage, you know, if in case like you want to get blue chests and stuff, and a stupid raid goes by super fast, yeah, Yoda is like much better compared to the likes of Romeo, unless you have, I don't know, much better setup or whatever that relies on Romeo getting skill cap or whatever stuff. I guess if you get skill cap on Romeo, it's probably a lot better to just use Romeo, I suppose. But who knows, right? Yeah, that's all I can say about Romeo right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and stuff, I guess. And I'll see you guys on the next video on stream. Bye. Bye chat. I'm going offline now. Because date game. No idea what to do.